Welcome back everyone for another Evertail summoning video. So today we got a new unit. She's really interesting. At first I thought she was gonna be like really powerful and just power crept and just totally nuts. But after reading or figuring out her passive a bit more, I'm a bit more hesitant, I guess. So first off, her first skill, Survivor Strike. You pretty much want her to, this pretty much means you don't really want her to be in your first 4 or your first platoon, because if she's like later on, like say 2nd or 3rd or 4th in your platoon, it increases the chances of the enemies already have survived for 300 TU or longer plus. So that just increases the chances of doing a 300% damage move with giving 2 spirit, which would be much better. And Dark Blessing is her other skill, which is, it's honestly a really good skill. Like it's it heals, it gives armor, and it enrages. All of those things are just really good together. Like it's a really good supporting skill that can help to heal, get rid of a status, and add armor and buff with an enrage. So it's actually a really nice skill, and having it +1 spirit and 40 or 70 TU is a really good combination. So those are gonna be her 2 main things, and then the other 2, Doppelganger Raid and My Turn, that all depends on if there's another doppelganger clone of her. So it's kind of like one of those, if it works well, it'll work really well in my opinion, but if it doesn't, it could just kind of suck. Where, yeah, so the Doppelganger Raid, 600% damage, ignores damage reduction, is amazing. That's really good. That can definitely kill. And 100 TU, that's pretty good. That's a good amount. And like it'll definitely hit hard. My Turn immediately gives all your other clones essentially a turn, and it removes all negative statuses, and then it's locked for 300 TU. But like that's so good. Like potentially you could, this is like a boss move on like fighting boss stages, where you give where they give turn and like all the allies move at once, which is super powerful. But that also again depends on how many doppelganger clones of herself she has. And so the I'll just go to mass auto flip, life flip. Again, it's a life flip, but if one of them gets it, essentially all of her clones get it, which is again really good. But the big kicker is how you get her doppelganger clones. And so at first it kind of sounds like a Storm Joan Arc's thing, where like it's a revenge passive. So if you have a ally that dies that's not summoned, then you can summon another copy of her, which is like half true. Like that's what it, like as long as there's like no 3 other copies already. But the part that like gets iffy is there's a chance of adding another copy depending on the size of the unit team, up to 100% if this is the unit's last ally. So talking to some people, I found out that this is a 25% chance if you have like 3 plus reinforcements, and it's like a 50% chance, and then like a 75% chance if you have like 1 or 2 reinforcements or so. So it's like if you have like, this is like your last, almost your last platoon or your last character almost, then the probability increases. But at that point, you're only gonna get like one copy or so. So she's in a really weird spot where I think she doesn't want to be first because of Survivor Strike, but she also doesn't want to be dead last because the way you summon her doppelgangers is if an ally falls or dies. But it's gonna be useless if all her allies are dead. And yeah, like it goes from a certain percent chance to absolutely 0 because everyone's dead. So I feel like she's a really interesting character, and to me, like, long story short, she is kind of just RNG. Like, it's just 25% chance, because I don't think you should put her as dead last or like the last 2 or 3 units, because again, her allies are going to be dead. You're going to want to put her, my guess would be like 2nd or 3rd platoon. That way you have some Survivor Strike capabilities, and you kind of just hope that the AI kills and targets her allies and can trigger her doppelganger and not actually target her. And I did think about like just like, oh, what if you just did her and then a whole bunch of guards after, which you could technically do, but I feel like it's a lot of investment and it's a lot of risk, especially since it's a 25% chance risk. So I don't really think it's worth that risk to like specially cater something to her. So that's why I think it's gonna be a lot of luck, of 25% chance trigger, and hoping that the AI doesn't generate a whole lot of hate instantly, where she ends up being a character where she shows up, does like Dark Blessing, maybe Survivor Strike, and then she gets just tunneled by the AI and dies and can't trigger any of her doppelgangers. And like in terms of her stats, like at baseline, like she's definitely gonna be able to hit hard because of her scaling and her percentage, but her HP is like the same as Lancelot, and Lancelot can definitely get one shot. So I think she could potentially get one shot if she's not heavily invested in. And I feel like it's a gamble. It's RNG at the end of the day because of her chance of getting another copy. But yeah, it's just luck. If it can work really, really bad, or it could work really, really well, where it's like she's almost not unkillable, but she could be really annoying. Like if you constantly trigger her doppelganger and there's more copies and more copies, and she's hitting really hard and all of them are getting my turns like back to back and they're life flipping, like it's just luck in my opinion. Yeah, so it could go really, really bad, or it could go really well, or it could go kind of meh. So for those reasons, I'm just summoning for her on my Survivor team. So hopefully she at least like gets at least one doppelganger and kind of stalls at least, or like, I don't know. She's interesting. She's probably gonna be a fun unit to use, but I don't know about consistency and reliability just because that RNG. So with that, I'm gonna summon. So we're starting at 567. So hopefully we can get her within 200 is the goal. Come on, give me a copy. Okay. Hopefully, give me a copy. Here we go. Nope. Dang. Okay. What is her weapon? What is her weapon? I wonder if it's any good. Let's check it out. Reduces damage. That's not bad. Like, damage reduction, 50 TU. It depends on what character, I guess. Like, depends on if the character has low TU skills, and it could work. Like, Storm Anya has, or, could pair well with weapons like that. I don't think she's a mace. Or, I don't remember what she is off the top of my head for weapon type. But she can use a weapon that has like that 50 TU damage reduction. Shoot. Okay, right here. This is it. This is the one. There we go. Oh, that's kind of long. But yeah, sweet. We got a copy. That was actually pretty good. I'll take that. That was about a little over 100. But yeah, I'm happy about that. 100, 200. We gotta go. I'm good with that. Okay. So that's gonna be it for now for the summoning video. I'm gonna throw out a video of like doing some gameplay, doing some AI, see how much hate she generates and playing around with some teams. And then I'll post that gameplay video. And then after that, I'll do a kind of more of a first impressions, should you summon for her after I get some more info about her gameplay and her AI. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you can, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.